Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like you can add Gearbox to the list, at least the narrative director anyway, ladies and gentlemen, because it's pretty obvious that, as we've been seeing for the past couple of weeks, mainstream gaming is coming out and doing what they do best, and that's shilling for diversity, equity, and inclusion. I will keep saying this until I'm blue in the face, ladies and gentlemen. You do not need consultancy firms when the actual developers, the actual publishers, the actual companies making the game are woke as hell, and they'll do it themselves. We have the narrative director from Gearbox apparently coming out on Twitter and not only defending Sweet Baby Inc., but absolutely proving exactly what I just said earlier in the video.
Are you crazy?
So the article here from That Park Place with a headline that reads, Gearbox narrative director and lead writer on Borderlands 3, Sam Winkler, decries gamers as bigots and parrots Sweet Baby Inc.'s false narrative. Anybody shocked by this, ladies and gentlemen? You really shouldn't be. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you got the parrot head over here and you got the soy boy over here. Not too shocking. Sam Winkler, the narrative director at Gearbox and a lead writer on Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, chose to parrot Sweet Baby Inc.'s false narrative about gamers while also decrying them as bigots. Winkler posted to X a screenshot that reads, a good narrative writer of any skin color can write a good character with another skin color without needing consultants. If your studio can't do that, get a better writer. Now, that's the tweet that he basically tried to debunk, I guess. I'm really not too sure. Ultimately, I mean, I guess he doesn't realize that for decades, we've had writers of white skin color that have been able to make diverse characters very easily that people have been able to connect with, and yet now, all of a sudden, you can't do that unless you get a consultancy firm. It's weird. He then commented on this, writing, I see this argument all the time against DEI and consultancy. See, that's the problem. A lot of people don't have an issue with diversity as long as it's organic. We have an issue with the forced DEI agenda, which really has nothing to do with diversity at the end of the day. It just has to do with racial supremacy. Like, they're trying to make it seem as if this entire thing is just never been a diverse play base. Like, they've never been a diverse player base at all. We've never had diverse games. We never had diverse players. We never had diverse anything until these people came up and thought of it. No, it's been around forever. Organic diversity has been around forever in the gaming scene. You're just now figuring that out because you were not part of the gaming scene up until it became profitable for you to do so. So it says he then commented on this writing, I see this argument against DEI and consultancy, and it just highlights a total misunderstanding of what being a good writer is. You don't somehow max out your stats and learn how to write every conceivable character, plot, or prose style. And then it says, next he posted, knowing you can't or aren't ready or aren't the right person to write something is one of the chief skills for a pro writer. Ideally, you have a team that can cover all your bases, but if you have a gap, you hire an outside expert, just like in literally any other industry. He concluded the thread by accusing gamers of being bigots. He wrote, just further evidence that 99.99% of the people spewing this shit have never created a single thing in their lives that they're proud of, and the rest are just straight up bigots. Wow. It must be amazing to speak for some absolute fact, right? You put 99.99%. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. So if you get even remotely a good amount of number of people who know how to create things and also disagree with your narrative, then your argument's out the water, essentially. You really shouldn't have put that number that high because it's going to make you look like an idiot. Just in the YouTube space alone, there is enough creators to completely destroy your narrative who are from all different kinds of backgrounds, right? Who can all make different kind of things, and they are proving your narrative wrong. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, what does he do? What does he do, right? So when his argument falls through, when he really doesn't have anything to stand on, what is he going to do? The same thing they all do. They call you bigots. They call you racist. They call you this, that, whatever, phobe. They figure out a buzzword and they throw it out there because they got to go through their database of NPC downloads that they've had for the last few years, and they pick a word and they throw it out there without really caring whether or not it fits or not. It doesn't matter. They're just going to throw it out there thinking you're going to run away when you hear the word. Well, guess what? Those words mean nothing, ladies and gentlemen. When you call us bigots, we don't care. We're the bigot army. That's what we stand for. We don't care. We stand against you every chance we get, and we will continue to do so until this thing is over. Then it says that this narrative is obviously the same as the one Sweet Baby Inc. has been running to the media and posting to X about for an entire month of March. The claim that gamers just don't know what they're talking about when they criticize DEI video game development. I'm tired of this whole thing where they're trying to pretend as gamers are stupid. I really am. Because we have proven time and time again that we're not stupid. We have caught on to the stuff that you do, and we know that you're doing it, and you're mad that we know, so you're trying to make it seem as if we don't know what we're talking about, yet you haven't disproven a single thing that we have said. You haven't disproven a single thing Cabruzes has said, and you damn sure haven't disproven a single thing that Grums has said. And Grums has all the experience in the world to go at somebody like this. So who are you going to really stand with after all this is done? Because ultimately, it's very obvious that you're lying through your ass. You want to protect your corporate interests. That's what it's about. You want to protect where the money comes from. That's what you want to do, because you're damn sure not getting the money from the fans, and you're probably not going to get not much money from the fans anymore because you just cursed them out. You just called them bigots. You called your own client base bigots. Why? Why? Because they have a disagreement? They have a different ideology than you? Seriously? That's amazing. It must be amazing to be able to live in a world of absolutes. That's what he's doing. He's living in a world of absolutes. In his mind, in this guy's mind, the world is entirely left-wing. And if you're not left-wing, if you're not a hardcore leftist, then you are a bigot by nature. That's what he essentially thinks. Then, as an example, Sweet Baby Inc. employee Maya Kramer, under the X account Lego Butts, pushed this narrative at the end of February when she attempted to get Sweet Baby Inc. Detective Steam curator list shut down. She wrote, "The other part of this is that it doesn't matter if you tell them the truth. They think DEI just steps in and changes whole games, that creators are forced by some unseen hand to make more games inclusive." Well, I don't know if Lego Butts is aware, ladies and gentlemen, but there is multiple videos out there of the CEO of BlackRock literally saying that if you want to continue receiving our funding, you have to push XYZ checkbox. That's literally what he said. You have to push XYZ checkbox. Otherwise, if you do not do that, we will cut your funding. As a business who is taking this money, this DEI blood money, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to not do their checkboxes? Do you think they're not going to do their DEI stuff? Or do you think they're going to do all of those things so they can get maximum amount of money, so all the CEOs and investors and everything like that get maximum return? What do you think they're going to do? Of course, Lego Butts, they're going to go with the money. That's what these corporations do. This is why you're seeing all these corporations do it. You think they're doing it because they have a heart? You think these companies are doing DEI because they feel like it's the right thing to do? Get the fuck out of here. That's so obviously bullshit. You know these companies don't give a shit about your social justice. And it's amazing to me that all of these people now, over the last, 5-10 years, I remember growing up, it used to be rage against the machine. Now they're all raging with the machine. Everybody is all for the corporate side. Like, it's just amazing to me. They think that corporate cares about their social justice messaging, and they don't. Corporate only cares about the money at the end of the day. The money is what drives them. If there was money in MAGA publicly, in the public eye, they would go with that. I'm telling you, if there was money in being a centrist, they would go with that. If there was money being a socialist, they would go with that. They're going to go with anything that's going to get them money. And right now, to get that ESG money, to get that blood money, they are going to go with extreme leftist ideology. If you want to go down whatever other rabbit holes you want to go down as to the reason why, I'm going to leave that up to you. But ultimately, that's what they're going to do. So yes, BlackRock, government funding, yeah. The companies up in Canada, all those consultancy firms, what are they funded by? They're funded by the Canadian government. All these AAA developers, how many of them have ESG funding in their back pockets? A lot of them. So it's not just an unseen hand, you retard. It's very clearly happening, and you're refusing to acknowledge it because you think gamers are stupid and we don't know about it. Well, guess what? We know about all this stuff. The conversation is not going away, and it's only heating up from here. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
That was my best pep talk yet!